What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Thursday, June 15th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, guys, we have a 7-game MLB slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Sonny Gray. He's got a nice pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the Detroit Tigers. Sonny Gray only giving up a .535 OPS versus righties, facing 6 righties here tonight. And on top of that, the Tigers have only hit 2 of his last 24 pitches. That's a .083 batting average. So Sonny Gray is $10,100 FanDuel salary. He's $800 less on DraftKings, averaging 34 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 2.25. Record is 4-1, pitching an average of 91 pitches per game. Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Sonny Gray here versus the Detroit Tigers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Elias Diaz. He's got a decent matchup here versus a low salary pitcher, AJ Smith-Shawver. So Elias Diaz batting 32% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .883 OPS versus righties. Now, AJ Smith-Shawver, he's got a pretty good OPS here versus righties, but there's no at-bats versus Smith-Shawver. Elias Diaz, only $2,800 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. And Elias Diaz has a batting average of .295, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Elias Diaz here versus AJ Smith-Shawver. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ozzie Albies. He has a 78% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Kyle Freeland. Ozzie Albies batting 45% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.105 OPS versus lefties. And Kyle Freeland, he's giving up, he's pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a 1.028 OPS versus switch hitters. So Ozzie Albies is 6 for 18 here versus Freeland. That's a .333 batting average. He has a .889 OPS. He's only $3,200 FanDuel salary, $1,600 more on DraftKings, and he has a batting average of .257. So I like Ozzie Albies here versus Kyle Freeland. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Orlando Arcia. He has a 62% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Kyle Freeland. Orlando Arcia batting 54% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.445 OPS versus lefties. Kyle Freeland giving up a .719 OPS versus righties. And Orlando Arcia, he is only 1 for 7 here versus Freeland, but I do like the splits, and he's only $2,900 FanDuel salary, $900 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .331, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Orlando Arcia here versus Kyle Freeland. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. So I like Carlos Correa. He has a 41% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Matthew Boyd. Carlos Correa batting 15% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .792 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Boyd pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 26% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .782 OPS versus righties. Now, Carlos Correa is 2 for 9 here versus Boyd, only $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. Carlos Correa has been on fire, scoring over 21 fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Now, he has a batting average of .218, but he is on absolute fire. So I like Carlos Correa here versus Matthew Boyd. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Kyle Tucker. He has a 56% batting advantage over Mackenzie Gore. Kyle Tucker batting 24% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .914 OPS versus lefties. Mackenzie Gore giving up a .995 OPS versus lefties, does pitch his worst ball versus lefty batters, 32% worse than his other pitches. There's no at-bats versus Gore yet. Kyle Tucker is $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .273. So I like Kyle Tucker here versus Mackenzie Gore. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.